Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, everybody. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for being here for our weekly study of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. How many of us have how many of us are coming here for the very first time to this program? Okay, quite a few. Thank you so much for being here for the very first time. Normally on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and also on Fridays, we gather and we assemble together to hear and chant about the Supreme Lord. Monday to Friday, we give time for our work, for our family, for our spouse, for our job, for all the things except God. So this temple is open only for one reason. And that reason is how can the living entity, or that is, how can you and I come one step closer to the Supreme Lord? How can we come one step closer to God? When God gives us so many things throughout the week, how is it that through our daily activities, through our actions, how can we reciprocate to His love? Because love is always a two-way traffic. It can never be one-sided. And very interestingly, in the English language, if you see, love is a verb, and verb means action. So when we say I love you, when the mother tells the child, or whatever, we tell our partner, love is always through actions. It is never just by saying it. Because बोलना बहुत आसान है, बोलना तो कोई भी बोल लेगा, but to do that activities is what defines love. And as God reciprocates or does his action, his share of action, by demonstrating his love for us, the human life is meant so that we also complete the puzzle, we complete the circle by demonstrating our love for the divine. The Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very beautiful book. In the in the scriptures, we see there are three primary or three fundamental books. One is the Bhagavad Gita, which is very popular, which is part of the Mahabharata. The Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the words spoken by God. Bhagavad Gita, the song of God. Bhagavan ka gaan. जब भगवान गाते हैं, when we sing, it is three lines or four stanzas, five stanzas. When he sings, 700 stanzas. And mind you, when he sang, he didn't have a PowerPoint presentation. He sang on the spot. It's not that Arjuna had already told Krishna, Krishna, I will ask you in the battlefield, you come prepared, you memorize the verses. Arjuna had a calamity. He had a confusion at that spur of the moment. And Krishna suspends every other activity and stands there and speaks the 700 verses of the Gita out of memory. And he had done it in the past. When the sun god wanted Vivaswan, he also spoke to him. But most often in our life, we see whenever we study something, whether it's a school or our job, or whether in our devotional circles we have Bhakti Shastri, we give exams. But what happens after we give exam? We forget everything. When the child goes from 5th grade to 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade, once he reaches 10th grade, will he remember the nuances of what he studied in the 5th grade? No. You may remember surfacially, A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, all those things, but does he remember the details? No. We forget. As we jump from one year to another year, the living entity forgets. हम भूल जाते हैं. इसीलिए हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, कई बार जब बात होता है बोलते हैं, अरे आप बहुत भुलक्कड़ है. You forget things. Why? Because that's the human nature. प्रायेण अल्प आयुष सभ्य कलवस्मिन युगे जना मंदा सुमंद मतयो मंद भाग्यम उपद्रता. The Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, first chapter explains this age of Kali. The age that we live in is Kali Yuga. It starts with Satya Yuga. नाम में ही सत्य है. Satya means truth, which means the people of Satya Yuga were extremely truthful. Do you find that quality in the present day? No. Yes, there are some people who are truthful, but most often people lie so that they can achieve their ulterior motive. Whether it's job, whether it's school, whether relationships, whatever. Everyone lies so that that ulterior agenda that is there can be achieved. Then came Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga is when Maryada Purushottam Ramachandra Bhagavan appeared. Then came Dwapar Yuga, when Krishna, Shama Sundar Shri Krishna appeared. And now is Kali Yuga, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. So the personality for all those who are coming first, and the personality whom you see here, who's dancing, of course, it's an AI generated image. We are living in a day and age where every image is AI. It's very difficult when you are on social media, which image is real and which is AI generated. Gone are those days कि अरे देख लिया, अरे इंटरनेट में देखा था. अभी तो इंटरनेट में कुछ भी बन सकता है. We can even become the next prime minister, next president with one AI image. So here is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Not different from Krishna, not different from Ram, not different from Mahavatar Narasimha, the movie that we all saw. The same personality. भगवान हर युग में अवतार लेते हैं. In every age, the Supreme Lord comes down, and because he's Bhagavan, because he's God, he changes as a child. He doesn't have to come the same way. Like, for example, when we came the last Saturday, we were wearing something else. Last Saturday, we didn't have a program, but Saturday prior to that, when we came, we were wearing a different kurta, different dhoti, a different sari, etc. Right? And this weekend that we have come, it's a different t-shirt, different pant, etc. The person is same. The attires have changed. Similarly, if we can do that, Bhagavan can definitely do that. When he comes in Satya Yuga, he comes as Narsingha, like a lion. When he comes as Treta, he comes as Maryada Purushottam Ramachandra. When he comes as Krishna, he plays the flute. And when he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is chanting and dancing and inducing everyone to chant and dance. What is he chanting? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So Kali Yuga, as we were saying, Prayana Alpa Ayusha, one of the flaws of Kali Yuga is Alpa Ayusha. People are short lived. So many examples. For all those who are following the news, yesterday or day before yesterday, there came a news wherein in Vrindavan Dham, there was a boat that capsized and about 10 individuals drowned into the Yamuna. Another 12 are missing. Human life is short. How about COVID? So many of our known persons, relatives, etc., would have departed. Right? I remember when I was small, you had swine flu, H1N1, right? It seems like a ages ago, but it's just 15 years back. But even when swine flu came, people were having masks and this and that, right? So every time these diseases come, the lifespan shortens, people die. Prayana alpa ayusha, the lifespan is small. Kalavasmin yugejana manda sumanda mathayo, people are unlucky. Hmm? People are less intelligent. Nothing works according to our ways. We plan so many things. Man proposes, God disposes. We want that job, we want that interview, and we thought we are the best candidate. We gave the best interview. But someone whom we thought was less qualified got that job, and we are still looking for it. Right? Nothing in Kali Yuga works according to our plan. So this is the age of Kali. The word Kali, कई बार सुने होंगे Kali. अगर आप भारत में, if you're in India, then there are Bollywood movies also that come. Kali, Kali Yug, and so many other things, right? What does the word Kali mean? The word Kali means the age of quarrel, the age of hypocrisy. Don't we see quarrel everywhere? Don't we see hypocrite people around? Yes. The age of Kali is such, it is ingrained. It is ingrained. Just like when you jump into water, you get wet. When you jump into water, even if you're Michael Phelps, you're going to get wet. It's not about swimming. पानी का प्रभाव ऐसा है कि आप भीग जाएंगे. You will get wet. Similarly, when you are there in this ocean called as Kali, there will be quarrel, there will be hypocrisy, there will be duplicity, there will be ignorance, there will be forgetfulness, there will be short lifespan. The whole package comes together. And who's saying this? You imagine you buy an iPhone, the iPhone has some qualities, it has some characteristics. Who's saying it? The manufacturer of Apple phone, he has put a stamp. Oh, this iPhone 16, 17, it has this function, this function, this function, this function. And we don't quarrel, आपको कैसे पता? अरे उन्होंने बनाया है, उनसे बेहतर किसको पता? We don't go to Steve Jobs and say, who told you this is iOS version? Who told you this is this? No, I mean, he has made it. He knows it better than anyone else. Similarly, Bhagavan, God, Creator, different names that you give, when He creates, He puts some stamps. And those stamps are short memory, short lifespan, quarrel, hypocrisy, duplicity, and you name it. And these are all verifiable, right? ऐसे नहीं कि हम कुछ बोल रहे और आसपास दिख नहीं रहा है. We see everything around. So why does Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear? In the previous ages, when Bhagavan appears, when Krishna appeared, for example, Krishna killed many demons. Can we name a few demons that Krishna killed? Putana, yes. Shakatasur. Kaliya Krishna drove away. Very good. Bakasur. Ravana was Sri Ram. Okay, I'll take it. अघासुर. कंसा मामा जी को कैसे भूल गए? वो पूरे जगत को मामा बनाया, भगवान उनको मामा बना दिया. Kamsa, correct. What else? Trinavartha, yes. All the children have seen that little Krishna. All the demons that Krishna killed. Who are some of the demons that Krishna killed after he grew up? If you have seen that Mahabharat. Jarasandh, okay. You're close. Who's the demon who went into the cave? Kalyavan, yes. You remember? There is a cave, Muchukund Maharaj is sleeping, Kala even goes inside, and Muchukund Maharaj gets up and burns him. It's very good. So when Krishna comes, Krishna outright kills demons. There is no scope for नहीं नहीं भगवान गलती हो गया, नहीं नहीं गलती हो गया अभी जाओ. Now it's time, done. When Sri Ram appears, Sri Ram, it is Valmiki Ramayana explains so beautiful. Valmiki Ramayana explains when Maryada Purushottam Ramachandra came down to this world, he created a mountain, not a mountain of gold, not a mountain of rocks. He created a mountain of 14,000 skeletons stacked one on top of the another. Hello, that's Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan. 14,000 skeletons, and that was his mountain. That is Sri Ram. When Narsingadev appeared, you have watched the movie. You have watched the movie? Mahavatar. What does Narsinga do? He rips apart Hiranyakashipu. He doesn't give time for Hiranyakashipu. नहीं नहीं भगवान थोड़ा let me give time for clarification. हो गया. Straight he does surgery. That also surgery without anesthesia. Straight. It is explained, Shukadev Goswami, the author of Srimad Bhagavatam, explains Hiranyakashipu was so gigantic that even the demigods were scared of him. Indra, Chandra, Agni, Vayu, Varuna, वो भी डरते थे जब हिरण्यकशिपु को देखते थे. He was that powerful. And when that Hiranyakashipu came eye to eye, face to face, cheek to cheek in front of Narsingadev Bhagavan, he was like a mosquito in front of Narsingadev. You can imagine how big Narsingadev would have been. When Narsingadev appeared, for the next 6 hours, he was just playing around with Hiranyakashipu. Why? Because if you remember, Hiranyakashipu had taken a promise from Brahmaji. I will not be killed in the land, I will not be killed in air, I will not be killed in ocean, I will not be killed by weapons, I will not be killed in morning, I will not be killed in afternoon, I will not be killed at evening, I will not be killed at night, I will not be killed inside, I will not be killed outside. अब बचा ही क्या है? He circled, he ticked all the boxes. भगवान भी बहुत चतुर है. Very good. We forgot the main thing. That was the main thing. No human, no animal. अब बचा ही क्या है? यदि इंसान वध नहीं करेंगे, यदि जानवर वध नहीं करेंगे, तो बचा ही क्या है? लेकिन ये हम पूरे जगत को टोपी पहना सकते हैं, भगवान को टोपी नहीं पहना सकते. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, of the cheats, I am the greatest gambler. You may be Mama Shakuni. Krishna will trick you also. No one can go one notch superior than better than Krishna. That Narsingadev, that Hiranyakashipu, who had taken all the boons, he thought now nothing can happen. Ab kya hoga? The Supreme Lord appears from a pillar. Not just from a pillar, he appears from a pillar. He takes a form which is not lion, which is not animal, which is not a human, half man, half lion. Hiranyakashipu was scratching his head. Which incarnation is this? I thought I ticked all the boxes. This is neither a lion, this is neither a human. Hai kaun hai? Who is this person? And more interestingly, when Narsingadev appeared, it was noon time. The Narsinga Puran explains it was दोपहर का समय था. But अब वरदान क्या था? दोपहर के समय वध नहीं होगा, शाम के समय वध नहीं होगा, रात के समय वध नहीं होगा. The Narsinga Puran explains Narsinga for the next 6 hours was just playing with Hiranyakashipu like as if he was playing with a mosquito. Why? He was waiting for dusk time, which is neither evening nor night, it is Sandhya. We say Sandhya Arti. Sandhya is when two things come together, when two time zones come together. When it is morning and afternoon are coming together, that is also Sandhya. Evening and night coming together, that is also Sandhya. These two bones coming together, that is also Sandhya. These two bones coming together, that is also Sandhya. So that is why when the Gayatri mantras are chanted, they are chanted during the Sandhya time to tell the Lord that, my dear Lord, these two bones have come together. These two time zones have come together. When will that day come and I will come closer to you? हमारा और आपका कब मिलन होगा? दो संध्या का मिलन हो गया. Two bones have come together. My dear Lord, when will I come together close to you? For 6 hours he was just playing with him. And then finally, the Supreme Lord does a complete surgery not with weapons but with nails. Like this. Like this. He just rips him apart. And more interestingly, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he takes he takes the intestine out. Very dangerous surgery. Very dangerous surgery. He kills him, takes the intestine out, and because he's so scary, no one is having the ability to come close together. अब जब भगवान आते हैं तो माला तो पहनाते हैं, करेक्ट? अब ये इतने भयानक भगवान है, कभी कौन माला पहनेंगे? भगवान बोलते हैं हम अपने, आई विल पुट गार्लैंड ऑन माई सेल्फ, आई विल गार्लैंड माई सेल्फ. ही टेक्स द इंटेस्टाइन एंड गार्लैंड हिमसेल्फ. And no one is able to come close to him. And here is a 5-year-old boy. He looks at the Shingadev and he goes closer. Why? Because he understands that whether it's green kurta or this kurta, the person is same. वही व्यक्ति है. Even when Lakshmi ji was getting scared, Brahma ji was getting scared, Prahlad understood he is the same Bhagavan. When he comes as Ram, he is green. When he comes as Krishna, he is bluish black. When he comes as Gauranga, he is golden. And now that same Lord has come as Nrsingadev in the form of a lion. And when Nrsingadev heard this, he was so happy to see the bhakti of Prahlad. What does a lion do? When the lion sees a cub, what does the lion do? The lion licks the cub. Nrsingadev, like a lion, started licking Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj was thinking, what's going on? he was not a cub, he was not a lion. But that's what old habits die hard. Nrsingadev started licking Prahlad Maharaj. And do you know what Prahlad Maharaj asked Nrsingadev? Nrsingadev asked Prahlad that, my dear Prahlad, is there anything that I can do for you? You suffered so much for me. आप हमारे लिए इतना कुछ किए, हम आपके लिए क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं? You know what Prahlad says? Had it been we would have said, my dear Lord, nice job, nice 401k, no layoff, job stability. That's the talk of the town. Any oracle folks? That's the talk of the town. Huh? That's what we would have asked. Prahlad looks at Nrsingadev and says, my dear Lord, please liberate my father. That requires a lot of courage. That father who tormented, who tortured, who troubled him. प्रहलाद बोलते अपने हमारे जो पिताजी है ना उनका उद्धार कर दीजिए. Nrsingadev, who's a lion, starts crying and says, Prahlad, how are you like this? How are you so compassionate? How are you so forgiving? Don't you feel to take revenge for him? Prahlad says, no. Please liberate him. And Nrsingadev, he embraces Prahlad Maharaj and says, my dear Prahlad, he got liberated the day he became your father. The day he got the fortune of becoming your father, he got liberated. But that Supreme Lord who kills in Satya, who kills in Treta, who kills in Dwapar, never killed anyone in Kali Yuga. There is no example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu killing anyone. ऐसे नहीं कि पापी व्यक्ति कलयुग में नहीं है, कई सारे हैं, भर भर के हैं, हर कोने में मिलेंगे. But the Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understands कलयुग में इतने सारे पापी है, किन किन का वध करूं मैं, किन किन का वध करूं? It's never ending. So he decides to do something. The killing tendency doesn't go away. He decides not to kill the person. He decides to kill the sinning tendency that is there inside. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya. Lust, anger, pride, greed, envy, jealousy. That's ingrained in everyone's heart. Sabke hriday mein hai na? Everyone has it. When someone else gets a promotion and we don't get, Arey, I joined before him. I did more projects, more presentations. What the presentation that he did, I only helped him. Presentation हमने बना के दिया. How did he get? We all have it. सब हंस रहे. Everyone has it, including myself. I am not any exception. Including myself, everyone has it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes down to kick out that sinning tendency. But how does he do it? By giving the weapon called the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram. इति षोडशकम नामनाम कली कल्मषनाशनम नातर परतर उपाय सर्व वेदेषु दृश्यते यदाप्नोति तदाप्नोति कलो संकीर्त केशव. In this age of Kali, no devotional activity supersedes the chanting of God's name. And the names can be different. If it's Christianity, it's different. If it's Islam, it's different. But the point is, the names of God in this age of Kali are the highest. Every path of spirituality teaches the same thing. The tongue needs to be utilized in chanting the names of God. Kulashekara Alvar, King Kulashekara, very famous king. He says, आश्चर्यमेतद्धि मनुष्यलोके सुधां परित्यज्य विषं पिबन्ति नामानि नारायण गोचरानि त्यक्त्वन्यवार्ता कुहक पठन्ति. Very beautiful. He says, आश्चर्यम एतद्धि मनुष्य लोके, बोलते बहुत आश्चर्य की बात है. It is very astonishing. What is astonishing? Sudham parityajya visham pibanti. People are giving up nectar and taking poison. What is nectar? What is poison? He says, नामानि नारायण गोचरानी. भगवान का नाम जो है, the names of the Supreme Lord, this is like nectar. And topics of this world that are there, that are like poison, which keep changing. Do we ever pick up, we are in 2026, do we ever pick up a newspaper of Times of India 2005 कि देखते 2005 में क्या हुआ था? Do we do that? 2010, 2015, 2020? No. Do we even pick up a newspaper 1 week old? Why? Because topics of this world, they get old and they get stale. But here are you and I talking about a personality who appeared 500 years ago. We talk about Krishna who appeared 5,000 years ago. This is a classic demonstration that topics of this world get old and stale. Topics of Bhagavan are always fresh. They're always fresh. If it was not fresh, so many of us will not come on a Saturday evening to hear about a personality who's no longer physically existing. The Supreme Lord, His name, form, characteristics, pastimes are such, they are fresh eternally. And when they enter the heart of the listener also becomes enlightened. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, about whom we have been discussing for the last 2 years now, FYI. So there will be, for those who are coming first time, there will be things that we may not follow. Understandable, because we are talking about this personality last 2 years. From 2024 we are discussing. So you can imagine we have covered some ground. But nonetheless, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now in the holy land of Jagannath Puri. And as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in Jagannath Puri, if you remember in our last class we mentioned different personalities were now coming from different places to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And many of these personalities have already come. Some of the personalities who now come, about whom Kaviraj Goswami explains. The first is Advaita Acharya. What is the name? Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya, as we know, is the personality who called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu down. भगवान जब इस जगत में अवतार लिए तो वो कौन से व्यक्ति थे जो भगवान को पुकारे? It was Advaita Acharya. Sri Advaita Acharya now comes to Jagannath Puri to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looking at Advaita Acharya, he says, my dear Advaita, looking at you, I feel I am complete. हम पूर्ण हो गए आपको देखकर. But who is the Supreme Lord? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purname Avashishyate. He is Purna, not in one way. In every line he is Purna. Right? The Supreme Lord is complete. He is full in every way. But that Supreme Lord, seeing his devotee, अपने भक्त को देख के बोलते हैं कि हे भक्त, हे अद्वैत आचार्य, आप आ गए इसलिए हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हम पूर्ण हो गए. अद्वैत आचार्य देख के बोलते हैं, माय डियर लॉर्ड, गुड जोक, वेरी गुड. You come, my dear Lord, you complete everyone, and you are saying you get completed by me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, really Advaita. एंड चैतन्य महाप्रभु इज नॉट बस बोलने के लिए नहीं बोल रहे, ही मीन्स इट फॉर द सुप्रीम लॉर्ड. And I'm saying this, there's so many examples in the scripture. For the Supreme Lord, his devotees are everything. If you see in the Ramayana, Prabhu Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan was ready to eat the jhuta of Shabari. आप और हम भी झूठा नहीं खाते किसी का, right? The mother may eat the jhuta of the child. That's probably the only example. But do we eat the jhuta of some unknown person? नहीं. वो बस बोलने के लिए कि अरे झूठा खाने से प्यार बढ़ता है, वो फॉलो कोई नहीं करता, राइट? वो बोलने की बात है. यस, द मदर में ईट ऑफ द चाइल्ड, दैट्स प्रोबब्ली एन exception. But here is Ramachandra goes into the forest, sees Shabari, and eats her juta. And the fruits that she was giving, it was not some mango fruit. आम नहीं था. They were bare, but they were kapita fruits. The Shastra explains kapita. What are kapita fruits? Kapita fruits are fruits that are primarily eaten by the monkeys. Valmiki Ramayana uses this word. It is kapita because they're eaten by the monkeys. And she was ready to give that to the Lord. And Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan, he doesn't see what you're offering, he sees with what love you're offering. हम भगवान को क्या दे सकते हैं? हम में क्या है भगवान को देने के लिए? जो भी है भगवान ही देते हैं. जो भी पैसे का घमंड है वो तो भगवान से आया है. ही इज लक्ष्मीकांत. हम $10 $20 से उनको नहीं जाने वाले. उनके चरणों में लक्ष्मी विराजमान है. he will not be pleased with our $10. भगवान काम होना चाहिए. हाँ, 10 नारियल, जैसे भगवान के पास नारियल है ही नहीं. वो चाहे तो नारियल का पेड़ खड़ा कर सकते हैं. We cannot bribe the Supreme Lord. Srila Prabhupada would make a very interesting point. Srila Prabhupada would say, don't strike business deals with Krishna because he is a better businessman. He is a better businessman. He is the Mukesh Ambani of Mukesh Ambanis. We cannot strike business deals. He doesn't get attracted by that. Because if he got attracted by wealth, how did Sudama get Krishna? सुदामा तो ठनठन गोपाल थे, कुछ भी नहीं था. हाउ डिड शबरी गेट कृष्ण? हाउ शी गेट राम? उनके पास भी तो कुछ नहीं था. Which means the Supreme Lord doesn't get attracted by these external qualities. व्यादस्या चरणम ध्रुवस्य चवयोर विद्या गजेंद्रस्य का कुब्जायात किमु नाम रूपम अधिकम किम तत् सुधाम्नो धनम वंशः किम विदुरस्य यादव पतेर उग्रस्य का पौरुषा भक्त्या तुष्यति केवलम न च गुणैर भक्तिम प्रियो माधव. If age is the criteria to get the Supreme Lord, how did Dhruva and Prahlad get Krishna? वो कैसे भगवान को प्राप्त किए? अगर उम्र की बात करें तो वो तो बच्चे थे, 5 साल के थे, फिर भी भगवान को प्राप्त कर लिए. If intelligence is the criteria to get Krishna, how did a 4-legged animal Gajendra get the Supreme Lord? भगवान तो सब कुछ छोड़कर उनके लिए आ गए. You know, my spiritual master Srila Radha Govinda Maharaj, he was saying, when Gajendra called out to the Supreme Lord, he took a lotus and gave the lotus to the Supreme Lord. That lotus also Krishna had only placed in the water. भगवान से ही लेकर फिर से भगवान को दिए. So when he started calling out to Krishna, Krishna sat on the back of Garuda and told Garuda, let's go, my devotee is calling me. And Krishna didn't have time even to adjust his upper cloth. So as Garuda was flying, Krishna was adjusting his upper cloth. Why? Because so much urgency, my devotee is calling. But now Madhvacharya comments, my Guru Maharaj was quoting this. He said, after one point, Krishna tells Garuda, you are very slow. He is Garuda. He is not some Maruti 800. He is Garuda. Can I tell you something about Garuda? When Garuda flaps his wings, the Samaveda emanates. The Samaveda chanting, the hymns emanate from his flapping. That is Garuda. He is not some Kawani hai. He is huge. And Krishna said, you are very slow. मजा नहीं आया. Increase your speed. And Krishna, Madhvacharya writes, he says, Krishna after one point, he tells Garuda to stop. Krishna gets down, carries Garuda on his shoulder, adjusts his upper cloth and starts running towards Gajendra. My devotee is calling me. कैसे भगवान को समझे? अपने भक्त से इतना प्रेम करते, he doesn't care for anything. When he came as Narsingha, he didn't see in the mirror whether I'm looking good or not. He just came to protect his devotee. He is ready to eat the juta for his devotee. And here for Advaita Acharya, he is coming down and saying, you complete me, Advaita. And Vasudev Datta and Mukunda Datta are brothers. And Vasudev Datta is the older brother. Remember Vasudev Datta, we have spoken about him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, my dear Vasudev Datta, for you I got these two books of Brahma Samhita and Krishna Karanamrit. Remember the two books? South India Yatra. चैतन्य महाप्रभु से आपके लिए लेके आए थे. There to Ramananda Rai, he said, आपके लिए लेके आए थे. To Ramananda Rai, he said, my dear Ramananda Rai, for you I got these two books. To Vasudev Datta, he says, my dear Vasudev Datta, I got them for you. And then Vasudev Datta, he says, my dear Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I heard that my younger brother Mukunda has become a recipient of your mercy. So from this day onwards, he is the older brother and I am the younger brother. The same thing we have seen in the pastime of Mukunda and Raghunandan Thakur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked them, who is the father, who is the son? Mukunda was the father externally and Raghunandan was the son. But because Raghunandan was so exalted, he tells Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, Raghunandan is the father actually, and I am the son. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Uttam, very good, very nice. So age is not a prerequisite. For Murari Gupta, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, Murari Gupta was not there around. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for Murari Gupta. And Murari Gupta comes in a very humble mood in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who's Murari Gupta? Hanumanji. Hanumanji in Gaur Leela comes as Murari Gupta. And Murari Gupta was a physician, a doctor, and was a devotee of Sri Ram. Old habits die hard. When he came as Hanuman, he was worshipping Ram. When he came in Mahaprabhu's pastime, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, still he was worshipping Ram. And then we have Srivas Thakur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Srivas Thakur that, my dear Srivas, all four brothers, Srivas Thakur, Srivas Pandit, Shankar Pandit, etc. Mahaprabhu says, all four of you all have conquered my heart. Mahaprabhu had special affection for Srivas and Damodar Pandit. If you remember, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to the South India Yatra, Mahaprabhu also takes permission of Damodar Pandit. And Mahaprabhu doesn't want Damodar Pandit to go along with him because Damodar Pandit chastises. Remember, we spoke about this when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, when I will sleep on the floor, Damodar Pandit will not like it. He doesn't understand I am a sannyasi. And he doesn't understand being a sannyasi, I have to sleep on the floor, but he takes a stick like Mother Yashoda and he chastises me. But that is Damodar Pandit's love. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, all these four brothers have conquered my heart. But then comes the jewel of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Haridas Thakur, as we know, was a devout follower of chanting of the holy name. Even in our Prem Dhwani, when we say Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramhamsa, etc., whatever we say. I remember I was in one congregation. I said in our Prem Dhwani, like we say, Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramhamsa. Some devotees started offering obeisances. I said, no, it's just an example. Because we are it's so ingrained, the moment we hear Jai Om Vishnu Pad, put everything to the side, offer obeisances. Srila Haridas Thakur, when Mahaprabhu was meeting with everyone, Haridas Thakur was not to be seen around. He who's the Namacharya felt he's untouchable. Haridas Thakur really felt it. It's not that he just exaggerated. He really felt he's untouchable. He really felt that he should not be around the pujaris of Jagannath. उन्हें ऐसे लगता था कि जगन्नाथ के जो पुजारी है वो जगन्नाथ की सेवा करते हैं. They worship Jagannath. And I come from a very low birth, very low background. If I come in their way, then they'll have to again go and take bath. वो प्रभु की सेवा करते हैं, भगवान की सेवा करते हैं, हम तो बहुत नीच है. ये उनका भाव था, वो नीच नहीं थे. He was not fallen. He is the Namacharya. How can he be fallen? But still, even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called him, he didn't come in the association of all the devotees. Haridas Thakur would not enter the Jagannath temple. Why? Because Haridas Thakur was a Muslim by birth. And even till the present day, we see in Jagannath temple, only Hindus are allowed. Non-Hindus are not allowed. तो ये ऐसी विधि है कि 500 साल पूर्व भी थी, चैतन्य महाप्रभु के समय में भी थी. And it's very interesting. Oftentimes we say, oh, why is the rule there? The rule should be changed, this, that, etc. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being Bhagavan, he also didn't change the rule. When Haridas Thakur was not allowed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't go and change the rule. He made a small hut, a small flower garden for Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur started sitting under a tree called as Bakul. There's a Bakul tree. And he started sitting under the Bakul tree and started chanting. And the place was such, when he would sit, exactly the chakra of Jagannath temple was visible. जहां वो बैठते थे बकुल पेड़ के नीचे, the chakra of Jagannath would be seen. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, you cannot enter inside. So what? This chakra, by glancing this chakra, you will get the same benefit of taking darshan of Jagannath. So, whatever background we come from, even if it's non-Hindu, quote unquote, we can still get the benefit of seeing Jagannath by seeing the chakra. But Jagannath is so kind. What if you cannot go inside? He says, I will come outside. And then there is the Rath Yatra. And if you are in our congregation, then there will be Rath Yatra many times. There will be normal Rath Yatra, there will be Derby Days Rath Yatra, there will be this parade Rath Yatra. Why? Because Jagannath is merciful, devotees are more merciful. They want Jagannath to go outside again and again and again to bless everyone. So Haridas Thakur, who didn't get entry inside, started living in a small hut under a tree. It was a bakul tree, but because he chanted all day, all day, all day, and all day, that tree became eternal. वो पेड़ अमर हो गया. And that's why that tree is called a Siddha Bakul. What is it called? Siddha. Why? Siddha means perfect. That tree got perfected by hearing the chanting of Haridas Thakur. So it's very power potent that we may be as hard as the tree, but if we associate with someone as advanced as Haridas Thakur, we can also become Siddha. One can make every advancement by association. If a tree can become Siddha, we can also get perfected. So Haridas Thakur, in spite of the Lord persuading him, he didn't go inside the temple of Jagannath. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells him, for you, O Haridas, every day I will bring you prasad. आपके लिए खाना मैं लेके आऊंगा. कौन बोल रहे? भगवान बोल रहे. We go to the Lord and do naividya and ring the bell, ting, 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 etc. And we close. And then there is Shabari. So we are first level. We offer and ghanti and we pray, my dear Lord, please accept. There is one step higher who is Shabari, who takes jhuta and gives it to the Lord. My dear Lord, ab ye khaiye. There is the third level. The Supreme Lord says, you chant, I will search for you and get. Satya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally gets for Haridas Thakur. Why? Because he was chanting. It's also symbolic. It's not just a story. It's symbolic for the fact that if someone is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the Supreme Lord will protect and provide. The Supreme Lord, he says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. He says, I provide what you lack. If you see in India, we had that insurance company, LIC. जीवन के साथ भी जीवन के बाद भी. जीवन के साथ तो जीवन के बाद पता नहीं. right? But if for everyone has seen that LIC, right? What was the tagline of LIC if you see? It was Yogakshemam Mahamem, correct? घर जाके देखिए, गूगल करिए LIC. The tagline of LIC insurance company was Yogakshemam Mahamem. What does Yogakshemam Mahamem? I give you what you lack. Insurance company is saying we will give you what you lack. But where is it coming from? It is control C, control V from Krishna. भगवान बोले हैं गीता में आई विल गिव यू वॉट यू लाइक LIC कंपनी बोलते हैं हम भी देंगे आपको जो चाहिए for Haridas Thakur, the Lord actually did that. He provided everything to him. Then comes our hero, Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Hmm? Who was Maharaj Pratap Rudra? The king of Odisha. But sadly, Maharaj Pratap Rudra tried to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu many, many times. But Mahaprabhu was not very keen to meet him. Why? Mahaprabhu said, because he has one title called as Raja, king. And he said, I am a sannyasi. What will a sannyasi do with a king? वो तो पैसों के साथ खेलते हैं हम तो विरक्त है he has wives I am a renunciant the talmel is not there what will I do why should I meet him Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said I don't want to meet and so many devotees tried Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tried Ramananda Rai tried Nityananda Prabhu tried and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got so angry at one point he said if you all insist again and again I will leave Jagannath Puri I don't want to meet Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Now let's pause and step into the shoes of Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Imagine you are Maharaj Pratap Rudra, you are the king. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving mercy to everyone except you. He doesn't want to listen your name. It will break our heart. He is Namo Mahavadana, इतने करुणामयी है, इतने दयावान है, सबसे मिल रहे हैं. But he is not ready to meet me. Why? Because I am the king and he is a sannyasi. So Maharaj Pratap Rudra, he writes a letter to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and he says, if Gaura Hari will not show me mercy, I shall give up my kingdom and become a mendicant. यदि से महाप्रभु न पाए कृपा धन किब राज्य किब देह सब अकारण Maharaj Pratap Rudra, he says, यदि से महाप्रभु न पाए कृपा धन, if I don't get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, kiba rajya, what's the use of this kingdom? Kiba deha, what's the use of this body? Saba akaran, he says everything is useless. यदि भगवान कृपा प्रदान नहीं करेंगे तो what's the use of this kingdom? What's the use of this wealth? What's the use of this body? That's his mood. That's his mood. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was hearing all this, but still Mahaprabhu said, I will not meet him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejects, and Mahaprabhu says, Lord Chaitanya firmly refuses, stating that a sannyasi meeting a king is like a black spot on a white cloth, prominently advertised and criticized by the public. If there's a white cloth and इसमें काला धब्बा है, the कलियुग mindset is such हम पूरा white को भूल जाएंगे केवल concentrate उस काले पर करेंगे, right? This is symbolic. What Mahaprabhu is saying, if a person has 100 good qualities, one bad quality, the mind will forget all good qualities and focus on that bad quality. We are like the fly. The fly searches for trash. The honeybee searches for honey. The purpose of a temple, the purpose of Krishna consciousness is to go from a fly mindset to a honeybee mindset. From just looking faults, we all have faults and we all look at faults. But Krishna consciousness means to go from not looking any from only looking faults to not looking any faults. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Sannyasira alpa chidra sarva loke gaye. If a sannyasi is characteristic, a sannyasi is like a white cloth. Why? Because if a sannyasi walks in, everyone will offer obeisances. That orange cloth demands respect. Right? Moment a sannyasi walks, the heads will bow down. But if that sannyasi has a blemish in his character, we will forget everything. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Sannyasira alpa chidra sarva loke gaye. लोग बस बोलते नहीं, लोग गाएंगे उसके बारे में. Mahaprabhu says, I don't want to be that sannyasi. I want to be a perfect sannyasi. I don't want to meet the king. Fair enough. He has a point. Maharaj Pratap also has a point. Finally, Nityananda Prabhu comes. Nityananda Prabhu is the mediator. He says, My dear Lord, एक काम करते, आप भी खुश, महाराज प्रताप रुद्र भी खुश. Mahaprabhu says, Acha, what? Nityananda Prabhu says, let's do one thing. You give some of your paraphernalia for him to worship. In that way, you're not meeting him. At the same time, he is happy because you have taken the first step of reciprocation. Fair enough? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Acha, theek hai, we can do that. And Nityananda Prabhu takes the outer cloth, the garment of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and gives it to Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Maharaj Pratap Rudra accepts it. Actually, in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is explained when the first time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu met each other, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the garment of Nityananda Prabhu and put it on his head and instructed everyone, you should also do that. So all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gadadhar Pandit, Swarup Damodar Goswami, etc., all took the garment of Nitai and were putting on their head and jumping and dancing. Now role reversal. Nityananda Prabhu goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, My dear Lord, part 2. Can you give your garment? I will give to Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Mahaprabhu says, okay. That garment was given to Maharaj Pratap Rudra. And that was the first way of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressing love to the king. And then comes Ramananda Rai. Mahaprabhu loves Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai very much. And Ramananda Rai is a minister anyway. So he knows diplomacy. He knows how to speak. कहाँ कब क्या बात कर रहा है रामानंद राय को बेहतर पता है. Ramananda Rai, when he is there with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, every once in a while he says, My dear Lord, you remember that king? Mahaprabhu said, which king? Maharaj Pratap Rudra. And he is very good in bhakti. Nowadays he is doing this austerity. Every conversation, Maharaj, you remember that king? Which king? Maharaj Pratap Rudra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood. He on purpose wants to soften my heart against Maharaj Pratap Rudra, and on purpose he is presenting something. भक्त बड़े दयालु है. भगवान बोल रहे कि हमें मिलना नहीं है, भक्त बोल रहे कि नहीं, मिलाकर ही रहेंगे. ऐसे कैसे नहीं मिलेंगे, हम मिलाकर ही रहेंगे. Nityananda Prabhu trying on one side, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya trying on one side, Ramananda Rai trying on one side. But when it comes from Ramananda Rai, his heart softens. And now, it's very interesting. I know if I go to the next slide, you will know what's coming up. So I want to first say it and then go to the next slide. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was persuaded so many times to meet Maharaj Pratap Rudra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I will meet him later. First, I want to meet his son. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, by seeing the son, one can understand how the father is. He says, I want to first see the son. Then we will decide whether I have to see the father or not. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, very good. Why? Because the son of Maharaj Pratap Rudra was bluish black in color like Krishna. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, this is better planning. I was thinking about Maharaj Pratap Rudra meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ye to ati uttam ho gaya. Very good. He said, my dear Lord, when can he come to meet you? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one day when he was taking rest, the son of Maharaj Pratap Rudra comes, who's bluish black in color. Bluish black in complexion, with nice jewels on his body, yellow garment. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked at him, it was almost as if Krishna has come. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up and embraced the son of Maharaj Pratap Rudra. And the son of Maharaj Pratap Rudra started chanting verses. And this was increasing the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Every time his son would chant verses, Mahaprabhu would be very happy. And Mahaprabhu looked at him and said, who are you? Kaun hai aap? How is it that you are reminding me so much about Krishna? And this boy, he says, I am the son of Maharaj Pratap Rudra. He says, I am the son of that Maharaj Pratap Rudra, son of that king. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his heart softens even more. Seeing the boy, Lord Chaitanya remembers Krishna and embraces him. The boy immediately manifests ecstatic symptoms, dancing and chanting Krishna, Krishna. When the boy goes and meets his father, Maharaj Pratap Rudra, he touches the boy. The father touches the boy. Why? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced you. भगवान आपको आलिंगन किए. If you touch me, I will feel happy in my heart that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also touched me. And he touches his own son, he embraces him. And now the son and father both are saying Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's love is such it permeates the heart of the son and the father. And finally, Ramananda Rai brings the king's son. The scriptures indicate that the son represents the father. When the king later embraces his son, he is filled with the exact same ecstatic love, experiencing it just as if he had touched Lord Chaitanya directly. The prince became one of the most intimate devotees. The father got mercy later, the son got it first. Can we go 10 minutes? I was almost, I saw it's 8 o'clock and normally we go till 9 o'clock. Then I realized we started the class early today. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as he is there in Jagannath Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decides to clean what is called as the Gundicha temple. What is the name of the temple? Gundicha temple. Very popular. We have, if you have been to Jagannath Puri, it's very famous. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decides to clean the Gundicha temple. And 100 new water pots and 100 new brooms were supplied by the temple superintendent. 100 men immediately mobilized to bring water. All of them came together. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to clean. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was such, he didn't say, आप लोग कीजिए हम देखेंगे. He didn't say that. He led by example. And that's what Prabhupada, he says, the leader's example, the Lord personally cleaned with immense enthusiasm, his body covered in dust and tears. He gathered more dirt and straw than all other devotees combined, mopping the rooms with his own clothes. He would take his clothes and he would clean, and he would broom. And looking at him, all the other devotees got inspired. When the leader does it, everyone follows. When the leader doesn't do it, it's very difficult for the congregation to follow. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they first started broom. They started cleaning. Then they took water pots. And with water they started cleaning. And it's interesting, Chaitanya Charitamrita says when everyone were cleaning, Prabhupada writes and Kaviraj Goswami there write, all of them were saying Krishna, Krishna. When they would call out to someone, they would say Krishna, Krishna. And then they would start a conversation. If they had nothing to speak, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Prabhupada writes, and Prabhupada says, this is how service should be done. When the service is being done, the tongue is absorbed in chanting Krishna's name. All of them were cleaning. All of them were chanting. As water pots collided and broke, they were instantly replaced. The only mode of communication during the intense labor was uttering the holy name Krishna, Krishna. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki. But what does this mean? Yes, the Lord is cleaning, but sweeping away the straw, grains of sand, and weeds symbolizes removing the lust, material desires, and weeds of devotion from the heart. Washing the temple multiple times with water is cleansing of the heart of all dirts by constantly chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. We say Cheto Dharpana Marjanam, right? In the morning time, we say, it just reminds me, you were saying about the morning program and the morning activity. We are actually very blessed and very fortunate that we have a very young boy here in front of us, Nimish. And I'll tell you something about him. How old are you? He's 15. Okay. Why is he special? For the fact that he doesn't miss a single Mangalarti. Not even one. The Mangalarti in our Semamish temple is 5:15 in the morning. He is there every day. Every single day he is there. And not just Mangalarti. He will be there for Mangalarti, Tulsi Arti, Narshingarti. He will chant all the prayers, Brahma Samhita, translation, everything. And he's only 15. And I remember his mother was saying, sometimes I feel like sleeping, but because he goes, I have to forcefully get up to take him. He inspired his mother. Now seeing him, his younger brother is also inspired to come for Mangalarti. Oh my, he's just 15. So I remember in one of our Sunday feast in our Samamish temple, I saw him and I asked him, what's your inspiration? Why do you get up in the morning? Don't you feel like sleeping like it's cold, it's dark, it's gloomy, sometimes it rains? सोने का मन नहीं करता? And you know what he told me? He said, when I open my eyes, the first person I want to see is Radha Neelamada. I had to ask him to repeat it again to confirm what I heard was correct. So then I told him, then I said, but your friends don't come. Your friends are sleeping at home. You have school after this. स्कूल भी जाना है स्कूल का प्रोजेक्ट भी है इत्यादि और बाहर बहुत ठंडा है आई वॉज ट्राइंग टू हैमर द पॉइंट अगेन एंड अगेन आई सेड इट्स कोल्ड इट्स डार्क ग्लूमी एक्सेट्रा सो देन ही सेड I don't let the weather decide my sadhana. I was like, my goodness, this is some sadhu from the past life. It was amazing. When I heard it, he said, I don't let the weather decide my sadhana. Or 15, I didn't say it when I was 15 at least. For a 15-year-old to come for every Mangalarti, to inspire the mother to come, to inspire the younger brother to come, amazing. Thank you. Thank you for who you are. You know, even for this program, he himself, he said, Prabhuji, I want to come for the program. How can I come? So then he came along with us. And it's 45 minutes. It's not that कुछ 5 मिनट में आ गए 45 मिनट है. And before this, he went to our farm to do cow seva also. वहां से he is coming, comes for the program. Oh, you are doing kitchen seva. Thank you. Amazing. 15 साल का लड़का है. We can imagine if at 15 he is like this, how amazing Prahlad Maharaj would have been at 5. Phenomenal. So I just remembered when you were saying about the morning program, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. And then the Simhasan, the altar was cleaned, which is preparing a pure, unblemished throne within the heart to receive Krishna. Krishna will sit in our heart when it's clean. If the heart is filled with straw, grains of sand, weeds, or dust of lust and material desires, one cannot enthrone Krishna there. This is the last 5 minutes and then we will end. Then comes a festival called as Netrotsav. Netra means eyes. Utsav means festival of the eyes. ये कौन सा festival है? In our Gaudiya calendar, we see Gaura Purnima, Nitya Indradashi, Ram Navami, Narshing Chaturdashi, Janmashtami, boat festival, so many festivals. ये कौन सा festival है प्रभु जी? नेत्र उत्सव, festival of eyes. This is that festival where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radharani in separation from Krishna, who has lotus-like eyes, when he, who is she internally, is seeing Jagannath, who is Krishna in separation from Sri Radha, when the two lost eyes are coming together face to face, eye to eye, it is a festival of eyes. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj would say, Netrotsav. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha in separation from Krishna, sees Jagannath, who is Krishna in separation from Radha, it is almost as if Radharani is seeing Krishna after many hundreds of years in the battle of Kurukshetra. When Krishna left the land of Vrindavan Dham, Krishna was 10 and a half. And then he met Srimati Radharani in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes down, he experiences that same thing, seeing Jagannath. When Srimati Radharani sees Krishna in Kurukshetra, She tells Krishna, why don't you come to Vrindavan? We have the same moonlit night. We have the same Kadamba trees. We have the same Yamuna. Why don't you come back to Vrindavan? You are that same Krishna. I am that same Sri Radha. Why don't you come to Vrindavan? The Jagannath Rath Yatra that we celebrate is nothing but devotees following in the footsteps of Sri Radha, trying to pull Jagannath, who is Krishna, back from Kurukshetra to Sri Vrindavan Dham, or to the Vrindavan of our heart, provided the heart is Vrindavan. The heart has to be Vrindavan for the Lord to come. Srimati Radharani, she looks at Krishna and says, वृंदावन गोवर्धन यमुना पुलिनवन से सब रासादिक लीला से ब्रजेर ब्रजजन माता पिता बंधुगण बड़ो चित्रो के मोने पसोरीला. Srimati Radharani says, Krishna, you forgot Vrindavan? That Vrindavan that you appeared in, you forgot? How can you forget that? ठीक है, you forgot Vrindavan, ठीक है, मान लिया. Govardhan, you forgot Govardhan also. Krishna, you forgot you lifted Govardhan when you were 7. You played with your friends at Govardhan. You forgot that Govardhan also. ठीक है, वृंदावन भूल गए, गोवर्धन भूल गए, ठीक है, मान लिया. आई विल गिव यू द बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट. यमुना, you forgot Yamuna also. Kalia, remember Kalia? Yamuna, jumping, dancing. Yamuna, you protected your friends from Yamuna, from the Kalia who had poisoned Yamuna. Krishna, how can you be so ungrateful? You forgot everyone. ठीक है, वृंदावन भूल गए, ठीक है, गोवर्धन भूल गए, ठीक है, यमुना भूल गए, ठीक है. Save Brajera Brajajan, you forgot the Brajavasis. Krishna, how can you be so ungrateful? Those Brajavasis gave their life for you. They even now they remember you. How could you forget them? You, Krishna, you promised you will come back. You, you said you will come back day after in Braj Mandal, because Krishna said, "Hum parso aayenge." There is a gaon called as Parso. Why? Because the Lord promised, "Hum parso aayenge." Radharani said, "You remember you said that parso? It's been 100 years. You have not come back. Why? What wrong did the Brajvasis do? They gave their life for you, Krishna. How can you be so ungrateful?" ठीक है, you forgot Vrindavan, ठीक है, you forgot Govardhan, ठीक है, you forgot Yamuna, ठीक है, you forgot Brajvasis, ठीक है, माता पिता बंधुगण, you forgot Maya Yashoda and Nanda Baba. Krishna, there is a limit for being ungrateful. Mother Yashoda cries even till this date. When she sees your flute, she cries. When she sees a butter pot hanging, she cries. When she sees butter, she cries. She goes to your room, she cries. She sees your bed, she cries. You forgot Nanda Maharaj took you on your shoulders to bathe you in Pavan Sarovar, which was Nanda Sarovar. You forgot all that. Krishna on one shoulder, Balaram on one shoulder. Your father did so much for you, Krishna. You forgot that. You forgot your mother. Bada chitro came on a pasiril. Oh, you have become a big man. बड़े आदमी बन गए ना अभी. हम छोटे व्यक्ति को क्यों स्मरण करेंगे अब? आप तो राजा है, द्वारकाधीश है. हम तो छोटे व्यक्ति, हम तो गांव वाले हैं. आप तो राजा बन गए. हो बड़ा चित्रों के मो. वेरी एस्टोनिशिंग कृष्णा. Say hoy durdaiva vilas. Krishna, this is our durdaiva that you have forgotten us. You may have forgotten us. We have never forgotten you, Krishna. Please come back to Vrindavan. This mood of Srimati Radharani is what is the Rath Yatra festival. And look at Prabhupada's compassion. Those who are beef eaters, those who are alcohol addicts, those who can't even follow the regulative principles, Prabhupada gives them the opportunity of holding the ropes in their hand like Srimati Radharani and taking Krishna to Vrindavan Dham. What is our qualification? What is our qualification to even approach Krishna and besiege him to come to Vrindavan? Nothing. We ourselves don't have entry to Vrindavan. वो भगवान को कहां से लेके आएंगे? Prabhupada's compassion is such, he gives the highest pastimes to the lowest creatures of this world. The boat festival that Mataji was talking about, it is something that the gopis of Vrindavan do. And because of Prabhupada's mercy, here at ISKCON Seattle, we have the good fortune of doing it every single year for Radha Govinda. The Jhulan Yatra that we look forward to is something that the gopis of Vrindavan do. You and I have the fortune of coming and pulling the Jhula for Radha and Shyamasundar. What is our qualification? Nothing. When Prabhupada says, I created your qualification, it's not an exaggeration. We actually don't have any qualification to even worship Radha and Krishna. When Radharani is besieging, Krishna is not coming to Vrindavan. And that we are trying to attempt something that Radharani attempted. Gaur Govinda Maharaj would say it's Netrotsav. It's the festival of eyes. Two eyes, two long lost eyes are coming together. Can I tell you something? Sorry. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj left this world discussing this same subject. When Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj was asked that Gurudev in Mayapur 1996 on the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, His Holiness Harivilas Maharaj was there in Mayapur. I asked Harivilas Maharaj this. He said, I was there when Gaur Govinda Maharaj left. And I remember Gaur Govinda and His Holiness Harivilas Maharaj said, he said he was a very pure soul. He was very divine. I remember Harivilas Maharaj told me this. He said, I was there. I saw Gaur Govinda Maharaj depart this world. He said, I have never seen a departure like this. When Gaur Govinda Maharaj was as Gurudev, what was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experiencing when he saw Jagannath? What was going on in his heart? Why did he become so ecstatic? And all this that we discussed, Gaur Govinda Maharaj started speaking. And he coined the term Netrotsav, is the festival of eyes. And as he was speaking, he was getting choked. He couldn't speak. Look at the emotions flowing so much that a person cannot speak. And when he got so choked, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj said, Kirtan, Kirtan, Kirtan. Please continue Kirtan, I can't speak. And the disciples, they brought a photo of Gaur Govinda Maharaj's personal deity, Gopalju. He worshipped that deity from his childhood. It was his family deity. Looking at the deity of Gopal, sitting on the Vyasasan in the holy land of Mayapur, speaking about Mahaprabhu seeing Jagannath on the appearance day of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, like Bhishma Dev, decided to depart this world by looking at Gopal and saying, Ha Gopal. On the Vyasasana he left. And Harivilas Maharaj said, I have never seen a departure where the person decided to leave on his terms. It is not accident, dear devotees. Most time when death occurs, the person is pooping in their pants, if I can say that. The person doesn't remember anything. They don't even have consciousness. And here is Gaur Govinda Maharaj seeing the photo on the appearance day in Mayapur on a Vyasasan, speaking this, decides, Ha Gopal, and he leaves. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj was amazing. Amazing personality. So Maharaj Pratap Rudra, then for Rath Yatra being the king, he sweeps the floor and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees this and is very happy with the humility of Maharaj Pratap Rudra. There is a kirtan that happens. 7 groups are there. Kirtan is also very organized. 7 groups are there. The first group is Swarup Damodara and Advaita. Second group is Srivas and Nitai. Third is Mukunda Haridas. Fourth is Govinda Ghosh and Vakreshwar. Every group has one good singer, one good dancer. Govinda Ghosh was very good singer. Vakreshwar was very good dancer. It's very interesting that Indra Prabhu in ISKCON was known so much for singing and kirtan. He departed this world on the appearance day of Govinda Ghosh, who was a very, very prominent singer in Mahaprabhu's pastime. And he appeared this world, it coincides with the appearance of Vakreshwar Pandit. And the remaining group 5, 6 and 7 were from Kulinagram, Shantipur and Sri Khanda. Every group had 2 Mridanga players. 2 times 7, 14 Mridanga players. Well organized. 32 Kartals. 14 Mridangas. Every group had a leader. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was miraculously present in every group. Just like Brahma Mohan Lila, where every friend thought Krishna is only looking at me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yes, he is devotee, but sometimes he does the activities of Bhagavan also. He was miraculously there, and every group thought, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is only dancing with me. And all of them were saying, Hari, Hari, Jai Jagannath, etc. What is Rath Yatra? The external is Aishwarya Leela, it's opulence, but the internal reality is Madhurya Leela, sweetness. It is Kurukshetra to Vrindavan, Krishna being taken to the land of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki, the plea of Sri Radha and the promise of Jagannath. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was expressing all this, the only personality who understood what Mahaprabhu was experiencing was Swarup Damodar Goswami. If you see in the last line, it says the secret exchange was understood only by Swarup Damodar. And finally, we spoke about association in the first slide, Advaita Vasudev Murari Srivas. We spoke about desperate humility, Pratap Rudra Maharaj, etc. We spoke about Gundicha margin, which is internal purification. We spoke about Kirtan, 7 groups, etc. And finally, we spoke about the esoteric devotion, which is the Netra Utsav. And the final takeaway, the mysterious pastimes of the Supreme Lord can be appreciated only by his pure devotees. श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, श्री कृष्ण भगवान की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Krishna. We'll have 5 minutes kirtan and then we'll end.